Hello everybody, namaste, welcome back to Nashvlogs. My name is Nash, and in today's video I'm going to talk about the question that I received yesterday by one of my friends, my followers, my subscribers, one of the first people that subscribed to our channel. She asked me a question of according to lifestyle, where would I love to live, Uganda, Africa or India? And I'm here to answer that question. So before I go ahead, I am proudly African and I am proud to be an African, especially born in Uganda. So I'm not going to say that maybe Uganda is far better or India is far better. Each and every country has a disadvantage and an advantage, and that is what I'm going to be talking about today. So today I'm just going to break for you the advantages and disadvantages of staying in both countries. As an African, I've traveled to India several times, and I have seen, I've compared these two countries, and trust me, there is no much difference. The only thing that I have seen is what I'm going to be explaining to you today. So either way, if I'm to stay in Uganda, it is okay. It is my country and I'm so proud to be a Ugandan. But if there is also need for me to go and stay in India, I have no problem with that, because I have a family in India. And with that, let me go ahead with my noted points of the disadvantages and advantages between two countries. Now, the first disadvantage that I have seen in India is the weather. In Uganda, we have the most favorable, most beautiful weather that you have ever heard of. And India, I've not liked one thing about India, and that is the summertime. Now, I've traveled to India during all the seasons, and I've seen the seasons, how they are. I've gone through it, I've experienced it, and trust me, I don't like the seasons that are in India. But that doesn't mean that I don't like India. No, I love India as a country. Of course, that is obvious. But the weather in India, especially during summer, I've gone during summer to India, and trust me, it is the worst. You would want to. I don't know about other countries during the summer. I've not traveled to any other country apart from India. So during the summer, I can't say that maybe it's the same as the other countries. I can't say that it is going to be the same as other countries, but we in Africa, in Uganda, we do not have those seasons that those guys have. They go through summer for 4 months, and it is super hot. If I tell you hot, you come from the bathroom, you're just from taking a shower, and you're really already sweating. You know what I'm talking about? That is the summer that I'm talking about. It may be another day and it rains or something, but still the rain doesn't affect anything about the summer. It will still be hot. So that is one thing I didn't like about India. That is the seasons. And during the rainy season as well, I've had people die during the summer, those ones who can't manage the heat and stuff, because sometimes the ACs and the heaters and stuff, they don't really do the job very well as they're supposed. Okay, they help to reduce on the hotness, but then still that hotness is there. Once you go out, it is boom into your face. You know what I'm talking about? So the first time that I traveled to India during the summertime, trust me, I came out of the flight, and the first thing that welcomed me was the hot, the humidity that was there, and oh my goodness, I thought that is it. But trust me, the time that I spent there, I really understood, and I got to know what it is to be, in a summer season. But when it comes to Uganda, in Uganda we have a very good weather. It may rain, it will be hot, the day will be hot, but then our humidity is not that, it is not bad. The air that will be coming will be so cool. You can sit on your veranda, you can sit on your balcony and feel better relaxed without even using a fan. You know what I'm talking about? Here in Uganda, we sleep using blankets and stuff all the time, throughout the year. But in India, during the summer, trust me, you throw away the blanket and you need to just be free. You know what I'm talking about? So that is one thing that I didn't like about India. So this question is specifically about the lifestyle, and this is what I'm trying to explain. Both countries are okay according to lifestyle, but there are those disadvantages. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm just going to keep on breaking these things down for you. The other thing that I have seen in India and in Uganda is the street food. Now, when I talk about street food, those ones who have been in India, you know what I'm talking about when it comes to street food. In India, they just make food out of anything. You know what I'm talking about? The chicken, they have different types of chicken, they have different types of vegetables, just anything. Mention anything you want during the street food tour in India, and you'll get it, trust me. And in Uganda, like, street food is there, but there is no variety as much as I've seen in India. India has a lot of street food. Trust me when I say that. In Uganda, we might do the plantains, the fried plantains, or maybe the roasted ones, or maybe it's corn, or maybe chicken, fried chicken, or grilled chicken or something. But in India, there is plenty of street food. You wake up and you're like, today I'm not going to have lunch or dinner, I just want street food. Trust me, you'll eat and just fill your stomach and just go home and take a nap. I'm talking about. So when it comes to food in both countries, India has a variety of street food compared to Uganda, and I love that about India. I'm talking about. And the other thing that I've seen according to these two countries is, when it comes to transportation, India has a variety of transport means, like, compared to Uganda. There are trains, there are flights, there is just everything that you mentioned compared to Uganda. In Uganda, we have, all the transportation. There are taxis and stuff, and you know what I'm talking about. But there are those transportations that are still coming up in India, which is not here in Uganda. And transporting yourself is more flexible in India, using the trains, using whatever, the Uber and stuff. And with Uber, what I'm talking about, with Uber, you can even order a limousine, Uber, like, you order a limousine and you order for it. And but here in Uganda, I'm not so much into the Uber, but I have seen the Ubers that move around, and those are the normal Ubers that I've seen. And the trains and stuff, I think we only have one train. Guys, am I lying? Because I've not seen that much of the transportation that I've seen in India. So in India, it is just flexible. Like, they're even building up more and more, bringing up more and more transportation means and stuff, and compared to Uganda. So that is another thing about India that I like. The other thing I like about India is shopping. Oh my goodness, speak about shopping. India, you could shop anytime, anywhere, and it is the most, I don't know what I'm talking about, what I'm trying to tell you guys, whether you understand what I'm talking about. In India, you can shop every day. I'm talking about, like, they have so many, like, the traditions and stuff, and almost every tradition needs a new attire, a new dress, a new saree or something. There are those functions that they make for kids and stuff, and they need new dresses every single day. So trust me, in India, you can shop anytime and anywhere. Compared to us, we don't, we're like, I have what I will use, what I'm talking about. So here you can even shop once in a year, like, you're done if you want to. But in India, there are those traditions that need new dresses, new clothes, and you need to do that. So shopping, you can shop anytime while you're in India, and they have a variety of clothes, Talk about modern, talk about traditions, talk about everything, like a variety of clothes, and I love that about India. The other thing that I have seen compared to India and Uganda is a bit expensive compared to India. Now, don't judge me, because now I've got to know that, the difference between my currency and the Indian currency is the rupees. So Uganda is too expensive in each and everything. Talk about education, talk about, just lifestyle, talk about anything. It is super expensive compared to India. Now, when you go to India, you can get just anything at, prices are so low, prices are so good. This is why some of us prefer, doing our shoppings, like a lot of shopping when you go to India, because when I buy a saree in India, let me say for 300 or 500, I reach in Uganda and it is super expensive. So it is better I buy it from India and then bring it to Uganda. So when I compare these two countries, Uganda is too expensive, like lifestyle. Uganda is so expensive, like the living, compared to India. So that is also another thing that I love about India. The other thing that I like about India is the joint family. Now, when I talk about joint family, talk about mother, father, grandmother, like grandfather, sister, auntie, uncle, or stuff. And in India, when you're a joint family, like, any problem that comes up, you don't suffer it alone. Like, your child is not your child alone. Your child is the whole family's child. If she's sick, anybody that is available can just rush her to the hospital. If anything is, you just come together as a family, and there is that bond, like sharing, taking care of each other. It there is something about the joint family that is not happening in Uganda. In Uganda, once you're an adult, you just move out of your home and start a life. You know, you rent or something, or you know, get married and you just separate from your family, which doesn't happen in India. So in Uganda, if you have a problem, you suffer with it, you know, alone. Like, it kills you alone. Like, you try to talk to some people and everybody's like, I have my own problems, like, you know what I'm talking about. But when it comes to India, one family comes together and they solve that problem as a family. Like, if anything, if there is anything concerning a child, concerning a mother, concerning sickness or whatever, everybody comes together. If it is a prayer, they come together. You know what I'm talking about? If there is a prayer for somebody to pray, maybe for a sick person in the home or something, everybody is together. But in Uganda, like, you find they'll be like, I'll go to church to pray for you or whatever or stuff. And if you have a problem, you suffer with it alone. Trust me. That is the difference that I've seen between Uganda and the other thing that I've seen that is different between India and Uganda is, you know, the festivals and stuff. Oh my goodness, India has a lot of festivals to enjoy. Like, every month comes up with something new and stuff, and you know, new foods, new dishes, because of the festival that will be coming up. As I said, you go shopping, you enjoy, you meet friends. Like, in the evenings, some festivals are just there for playing cards, like getting together, you know what I'm talking about, compared to Uganda. In Uganda, I think we have very few festivals, and okay, we come together as well and we celebrate them as a huge family. Like, everybody who is far away can come together in one home and then you celebrate it. That is okay. But in India, the festivals are so many, like so many. You get to enjoy each and every time of your life. The other thing that I'm going to talk about now, this is a disadvantage from India. Like, as me, you know, according to my lifestyle and stuff, I grew up from Uganda, and we grew up in a free environment, in a free country. Uganda is a very, very free country, and we have freedom to anything. But when it comes to India, there are so many restrictions, like the dressing and stuff, especially for daughters-in-law and stuff, and girls and stuff. So in India, I have to always be veiling and stuff. Like, you know, I put on the sari and I veil because I am a daughter of the home, which doesn't happen in Uganda. Like, even during the summer, it will be so hot, like super hot, and you have to, okay, this doesn't happen everywhere in India, like all parts of India. This usually happens in rural areas, and I got married in a not a town, in a town area, and they still follow this, like the daughters-in-law have to cover up. Now, that is one thing that, you know, is really still bothering me a lot, but I am coping up with that, trust me. When I'm there, the first time that I go 2-3 days or a week, it is super hard for me to, you know, be always veiling. Whenever I reach in my room, I just take it off. But after the week, I just get into the thing, and you know, it enters into my system, and it becomes a routine for me. And I know that I always have to veil, and you know, it just comes into me. It automatically, like, naturally goes into me, and I'm like, no, I have to do this, and I have, you know, I have to follow the traditions. So that is also the other thing that I can compare, maybe according to lifestyles between Uganda and in India. The other thing that I can talk about is customer care. By customer care, this time I'm going to be talking about, you know, malls and shops and stuff. In India, there is a lot of customer care, a very big, huge difference between India and Uganda. Like, in India, you enter into a mall, you enter into someone's store, you enter into someone's shop, and they're like, hello ma'am, how can I help you, ma'am? Yes ma'am, there is this ma'am, there is that ma'am. In Uganda, like, you come and you're like, excuse me, where is this? She'll be sitting, maybe somebody will be sitting there. You can check there. So this is one thing that I've seen according to lifestyle that is different from India, and I love that one thing about India. Like, they have respect for customers, like they take customers to be their god and stuff. So every time you enter into a mall, you feel like you because of the way they are welcoming you just want to grab everything and say thank you and just pay them and get out. So that is one thing. The other thing I love about India is customer care. Like, trust me, you enter, those ones who have been to India, I know you can talk, you know, you can side with me. You enter into a mall, you enter into a shop, you enter into a store, everybody will, hello ma'am, how can I help you ma'am? Hello ma'am, yes ma'am, yes, here ma'am, please come ma'am, please come. Like, thank you ma'am. I really love that about India, trust me. and in Uganda it is super different. But you know, that is just a way of living. It is just a lifestyle. We are two different countries, and it is okay to be different. So those are the things that I've seen that are so different, like lifestyle wise, between Uganda and India. And I wouldn't say that I want to, maybe I would love to stay in Africa, or maybe I would love to stay more in India or stuff. Either way, anywhere that's you know, I'm supposed to be, I'll be there. Like, my country is Uganda, and I love Uganda so much. I would love to stay here, but if there is need for me to go to India and stay in India, I won't say no, because I have love for India as well. Like, if I'm to stay there, I have to stay there, like, you know what I'm saying. So I love India as well. There is nothing like, you know, I love Uganda or Africa more than, you know, India or whatever. There is that balanced thing between these two countries that I love, and I am going to be going with that, like, for the whole of our lives. So thank you so much, my darling, for asking such a question, and I hope you've gotten your answer. And please continue watching our vlogs. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new. To the new subscribers, thank you so much. May God bless you. Thank you for supporting us and joining our family as well, the YouTube family. I hope we don't disappoint you while you're here. We are going to try so much to keep you guys happy and keeping ourselves happy as well. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste. Bye.